Hey y'all, this is Jordan Rowe, and you're streaming the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Schreiber.
Welcome to the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Schreiber, brought to you by Arlo Revolution. Each week, Aaron connects melodies and memories with fans and artists from all genres of life. When all else in life is gone, only music will be left to leave the legacy of life's adventures. Please welcome your host for the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast, Aaron Schreiber.
Hey, all right. Let's get all this sound up, get all these graphics up, get all this good stuff going. How you guys doing tonight? We are excited. It's gonna be a good one.
I'm excited for tonight.
Oh God, yeah, you already got lost once on here.
I know. I made him sound check forever because he sounded so good.
I had to tap on the table over here
to get my attention.
We're like, all right, we'll give him like a 5-6 second sound check, and Jillian's just over here.
I'm just
lost, listening. It's like she's gonna love this one tonight.
I did. That was pretty funny.
All right, so it looks like I'm lost comments tonight on here, so I have to watch them on my phone. And if you guys have any comments, let us know. If you guys are out there watching, drop where you guys are watching from. Let us know how it's sounding out there tonight, and all that other good stuff. And then we'll get ready to start the show. How's it sound on your end?
You sound good.
Sound good?
Yeah, sounds good.
Did you say good? Is that what you just said? You're tired, I know.
I am very tired. I don't know. It's this fall weather, the rain and the cold, and just makes you want to like sleep. But anyway, we sound good, so we're ready to go.
All right, guys. All right. Ready?
Yeah, let's do this.
I was gonna say you got a part here. You might want to leave that unmuted. Big Blue, yeah. Hello and welcome everyone to season 5 of the Gainin Fast on Memphis podcast, a place where we connect melodies and memories with fans, artists, and passionate, driven individuals in and around the music community. I'm your host, Aaron Schreiber.
And I'm your co-host, Jillian Schreiber.
There you go. Our mission tonight is to provide a platform for passionate singer-songwriters, motivated fans, or just someone who's making a difference in the world and is willing to share their stories. We hope everyone is listening leaves inspired with positive outlook on life and begins connecting their own melodies with memories. Tonight we are presented by our good friends at Arlo Revolution, cinematic wedding films, music videos, promos. Find them at arlorevolution.com. One tree planted. For every 1,000 downloads of the show, we plant one tree with one tree planted. Download the show today on your favorite podcast app. And then our pod decks. Pod decks are the hottest tool to get your next great interview, unique interview questions in the palm of your hand. And then our on-screen sponsors, Art on a Higher Wire by Joel, original custom artwork inspired by your local. God, there's a lot of reading tonight. Inspired by your life moments, treasured photos and memories. And then my good buddy Corey Oliphant, the original church choir. Each week, I'm honored to have Corey and the OC as a sponsor. So we do thank each and every one of our sponsors for continued support and growth of the show. If you're always looking for ways to support or sponsor us, head over to our Patreon page. We have opportunities for on-air and off-air sponsorships. So really cool stuff. But however, the heart and soul I talk about all the time is our Patreon. So check out our Patreon. Tiers start just $1. If you sign up for an entire year, you get 2 months free. It's got a lot of cool stuff over there. It's a lot of fun. So I know you're kind of redesigning some stuff. So I'm excited to get back in there. So if you guys haven't visited our Patreon for a couple of days go ahead and check it out, because I know Jillian's been kind of checking it out for a little bit. But if Patreon is something you can't do tonight or to support the show, find us anywhere you listen to podcasts. Like, share, review, subscribe. Apple Podcasts, we talk about it every week. And then if you can't, or if you're listening to us back on a streaming side, join us on Monday nights, because normally we do have comments where you can comment, keep up with us, and interact with the show and your favorite guests each and every week. All right. You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So tonight, we welcome in singer-songwriter Josh Kiser. This Tennessee native is making a statement in Nashville. He's currently out on the road with Drake White, but he shows no signs of slowing down. I'm surprised it's waited this long for me to actually bring him on. I've been listening to him for some time, and I'm really excited to have Josh Kiser on tonight. So we're going to go ahead and welcome him on. Hey, how you doing, buddy?
I think I can't hear y'all.
Oh, no. Let's see.
Can you hear us now?
Did you hear us on the feed?
Yeah. I hear them on the feed.
Oh, there they are.
You hear me?
There they are.
Okay.
Yay!
We had something going on. I don't know what happened. Something's weird tonight on this thing. How you doing tonight, buddy?
Oh, dude, I'm good. How are you?
Oh man, I'm excited, dude. This has been a long time coming. I've been listening to you for some time now, though. But dude, you're tearing things up in Nashville. You're out on this tour right now, dude. Are you excited that kind of 2020s in the past already?
Oh, I couldn't be more excited, bud. I'm super grateful and super blessed to be able to keep doing what I was doing over the course of the pandemic, and just being able to put what we did over that year into motion now, man. It's great. It feels really good.
Dude, you were busy and you signed this deal right before the pandemic. Everything was going great for you, and then just boom on the track. But before we jump into last year and everything else, I want to throw it way back, dude. Back before all your fun odd jobs, I've heard a lot of stories over the last couple. I always catch up on old podcasts, dude. So
Yeah,
you've done a lot of cool stuff over the time. I want to go back, dude, to your earliest memory of just music around the house, man. Just like, what were you listening to, or your parents? What were they listening to? What do you remember as a young kid, man, growing up?
Yeah, dude. I think when I was younger, the first time I ever heard music was through my uncle. My uncle played for Sarah Evans and played a little bit before I forget his name. The bass player for Rascal Flatts. He played a little bit with them and Lee and
Joe Don or something.
Yeah, and I think listening to old Eagles records was probably my earliest memory of music. And then, man, just through the house, my grandma, she played piano, and that's kind of how I picked up piano playing at a young age. Would just be to listen to her play, and I could always had an ear to be able just to play what she was playing along with her and things like that. It was really cool to just to kind of grow up in that. They were a gospel singing quartet, her and her brothers and sisters. And
that's where the Ray Charles comes from. All right. I was wondering where the Ray Charles comes from.
That's the Ray. Yeah. My grandpa, like my pop and them, they definitely heavily influenced that. And then, my mom and my stepdad, they always used to listen to Van Halen and all that kind of stuff. And I think I stuck with all that, and it really kind of molded the sound that I'm really trying to portray and craft and bring it back to the people, who miss that 90s country twang with a little bit of rock and roll.
Hell yeah, man. I just now noticed your hat you're wearing. You're wearing a 58 hat. I was like, hell yeah, I got the 58.
Oh, I know, yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
Yeah, I got a lot of friends who ride over there, and I'm with Liz Rose and Warner Chapel, and I love hats, so I thought this was a cool one. But I got a lot of friends who ride there, and I think somebody gave me one of these, so I figured I might as well wear it.
I love it, man. Yeah, definitely a hell of a lineup over there. A lot of good cats in that lineup. So when you get to high school, I always talk to people. That's kind of where I kind of went a little rebellious with my music. And I know you're talking about a little Van Halen and a little Ray Charles. What were you listening to, man, in your high school days? Did you kind of go off the track and get a little metal in you at all, or anything like
that? To be honest with you, I had like a Day to Remember stage. Where it was just like, I loved that, like, smack you in the face, like, get ready to go, just like play ball or something, and just like, I don't know, just had that little bit of rage. But other than that, like, not really. I always stayed in the country vein and in the Eagles. Dude, I listen to the Eagles religiously. Yeah. I actually just got to see them in Washington. My drummer, he is one of my very, very best friends, his dad like hit us up and was like, hey guys, I got tickets to see the Eagles. You guys want to go? I was like, yeah. And I shaved a handlebar mustache, wore my old Tour Eagle shirt, and I think it was like a Hotel California shirt or something like that. And then had my old, like, I have these old 70s aviators.
Hell yeah.
Just rocking it, dude. Just rocking it.
Now, is this with Vince Gill?
Do what?
Was this with Vince Gill?
Yes, this was with Vince. Yeah, this was last month.
Oh hell yeah, man! Well, what do you think? I haven't seen it with Vince Gill, but I mean, compared, I mean, you can't compare. But does he fit in perfect though, or what?
He fits in like an old baseball leather glove, dude. I'm telling you. Like,
everyone says if Eagles came out today, they'd be considered country, dude. I mean, they would be.
They would. Yeah, they would be considered country. They're 100% country. I mean, the same as like we were talking about Ray. Ray is 100% country.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of soul in Ray, but Ray took old gospel songs and turned them into what they were.
That's why I love country music so much, because it's such a wide genre. Because really anything you can relate to, I consider country music. I mean, if you can relate to it, I mean, it's down home music in a way. So I do like how it just spans from Ray Charles to the Eagles, and I mean, Leonard Skinner, throw them in there a little bit. So
yeah.
But that's awesome, man. Yeah, definitely. You can tell with your guns, you stay true to your guns and everything else. So I was listening. What was the podcast? The Raise Rowdy podcast, I think it was. And you're talking about those guys, Nicky T and those guys. You're talking about your what? So you're an engineer for a little bit.
I was, yeah. I did like basically tested rocks for asphalt, so geological stuff. Dude, it was miserable. And as a matter of fact, well, I loved it. But when you're doing like, it was right when I started kind of chasing down the whole music thing, and was just really unsure about what to do with life and everything. And I played at one of my very best friend's birthday parties. Nathan Chapman heard it on Instagram, and Monday I met with him and Kevin Cater. She was like that. I mean, everything happened like that. And
it was really quick for you. Yeah.
It was. Yeah. And then the company that I was working for ended up moving me to Nashville for me to be able to chase out music, which was, I'm super grateful for them for doing that. And the unfortunate thing is I guess I'm allergic to limestone dust. And dude, I went into like pre-anaphylactic shock. I mean, like my throat was swelling up. I was by myself. I used to like not want to be around a lot of people because I just work better like that. And I kind of got to make my own hours. So I would work from like 3 a.m. to 11 o'clock in the afternoon, and then go to Broadway and play and do all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, dude.
And dude, I remember one day I felt sick for about a week. And then one day it hit me, and they were like, "Yep, you're allergic to limestone dust. Sorry. Obviously you can't do this job anymore." Yeah. And so, dude, I went down and I knocked on every door on Broadway, and nobody would let me play except for this girl. She was standing in the middle of the road. She looked freaked out, and she stopped me and she said, "Hey, I know this is the weirdest thing ever, but I'm terrified of pigeons."
Oh man. And
dude, there were pigeons everywhere downtown that day. This is my probably third or fourth time being downtown. And she said, I need to walk to my gig to Tin Roof. Will you walk me there? I was like, yeah, sure. Whatever. Like I had nothing else better to do.
Yeah.
And we started talking, and she was like, how about you come play some songs with us? And I met them and ended up kind of getting to play with them a good amount, which helped because we were having the baby at the time. And I was nervous about that, nervous about being able to take care of her and all that kind of stuff. And everything just happened the right way. And then I met Liz and just fell in love with them and their camp and their mission. And I would venture to say the same about me for them, and got to sign with them, and everything fell into place.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, if you guys have not heard the rest of all these stories, go back and listen to either In the Round or Raise Rowdy podcast, both of them. I'm not going to go into all the details. Funny stories on both of those ends about the days of being an engineer and all that other stuff. But what I want to talk to you a little bit about how you say you're nervous about getting ready to those nerves about raising those kids never go away, man.
No, dude, they don't. They get worse, dude.
So, how old's your little girl?
Yeah, Tilly Kate is about 1.5 now. She'll be 2 in March. Man. So she's getting big, dude. She started walking really early on, and you know, I'm probably going to get shot in the foot for saying this, but I was never really a big fan of staying inside for a year, and so we took her out everywhere, did everything we could, and
We were we did things too. I mean, we have a 4 and 7 year old. We didn't stay inside, but we went and did like we went to Starved Rock, which by us is
like
we just did things outdoors, man.
Right. Yeah. We got it. I mean, and then they told us, get her around people. So in case she does get it, you'll never know she's got it and all that kind of stuff. And so it just kind of took the fear of that away. And we just did the thing and it was great. And she's turned out to be just one of the most amazing kids. I mean, like I guess I'm biased, but, I love that little girl to death, and I'm lucky to be able to do what I do to provide for her. So it's been good.
I'll save that question. That question was going to come up later about that. I'll save that for later. I was going to ask you something about touring right now, but that's going to come up a little later. And yeah,
I got you.
that relates to that. That's awesome, though. But you hail from Cleveland, Tennessee, which another thing is I just learned today is from the Kenny Chesney song. It's not Cleveland, Ohio. It's Cleveland, Tennessee that's in that song. He's talking
Cleveland, Tennessee in that song, dude.
I love that. You learn something all the time. I love that. So that's only 2 hours from Nashville. So did you ever test the waters? Were you traveling back and forth a lot before you actually finally bit the bullet and moved? Or how are you?
No, I just jumped in it, man. I
love that.
Honestly, I love my little town and I love their support and everything like that. But sometimes you just got to go. And I think that I'm the type of person, if I don't fully immerse myself in everything, I'll half-ass it. Can I say ass?
Yeah, you can say it. Oh yeah.
I'll half-ass it and I won't do it, I won't do it wholeheartedly. And I think it, for me, symbolically and everything, it was get there and be there, be present. I could never go back and forth to Nashville. I couldn't do it. It would be way too hard to do.
That's what I think, especially if you start getting a groove. I mean, you're going to miss home. I mean, especially you got the wife, you got the kid, you got everything at home, so you got to bring them with you and go. It's just, hey, it was good. You're still young and everything else, and you're able to make that move and that jump at the right time, dude. And
absolutely,
I love what you've been doing because it's been happening so quick for you. Tell me a little bit about kind of breaking into the TikTok world. I know you're kind of prominent on TikTok a little bit, and I know for the last year or two, especially with the pandemic, it's really been changing people's careers in and around the music industry. Yeah. What I like about your TikTok, and if people are out there still trying to test the waters with TikTok or not sure about it, go check out Josh Kiser's TikTok. I think it's probably Kaiser Country or something. Yeah. You have a lot of covers on there, but what I like about your covers is they sound nothing like the original. You make them your own. And something I love about that, I'll get into, but tell me about just starting with TikTok. Did you think that it was kind of going to grow or be what it is now for you? Because it's kind of got you a little bit of a following too, right?
It did, and man, at first I hated it. They were like, you got to do TikTok. You need to do TikTok, and I was like, I'm not doing this. For me, it was so pointless, and it's still got that. I don't know how to say this. It's still got that kind of middle ground of I don't know if you should be doing TikTok and TikTok works. I know it's changed a lot of people's lives. It's changed my life. I think that at first doing TikTok, I hated it. And still to this day, I have a little bit of, I guess, resentment to have to sit here and record a video, when I would rather go play out, but I think that we just, in life, you have to play the cards you're dealt. And, unfortunately we were all in the whole world dealt a very unfortunate card. And I had to do it. I wanted to reach more people, and I think it's reached 68,000 people follow me now. So, which is great. I wish that the numbers of that would transfer over to different platforms. Unfortunately, they don't. And it's because TikTok has done a really good job of giving somebody 30 seconds of somebody's day. And that's perfect for somebody's mind. I mean, you're going to think about somebody for 30 seconds. If you don't like them, or if you like them, you're going to go follow them. If you don't like them, then they're just going to zip by you. Yeah. And, and they did a really good job at doing that. I hope that answered your question the right way. I have to be really careful with this because I have a lot of mixed feelings about TikTok.
Yeah, I mean, and it's crazy because it could really, really help people launch them. I think too, and it's crazy what it's done with some artists, and I like it because we've done it a little bit, and I've seen a little bit of podcast downloads come from it. Like if I have a video go a little higher, I'll see some more downloads from it, which is a little nice. But it's just weird how an app like that can control the music industry and everything else. Like,
and unfortunately that's the downfall. I mean, if I'm a statistic guy, so I see a burnout. You know, unfortunately, things just don't last. If you look at Vine,
exactly.
You know, Vine was a fad for a year and a half or 2 years, and I give TikTok another. I give the music industry going off of that. And I'm not an expert, but just the way I see it, I see it fading out at some point.
Yeah, I mean, it always has. It's just all the different mediums or the medias. It fades out now. I think a little bit quicker. I mean, because before you had those streaming cassettes, everything else. Now it's like, oh, hey, you're a TikTok artist. You'll be big for a couple of years and fade out after that. But and then be on to the next platform because there before it was YouTube phenomenons. And,
YouTube,
So. Speaking of all of this, speaking of covers and everything else, there is a lot of comparisons, and people have compared you to Stapleton and everything else. But like I said about your TikTok videos and a lot of your other covers, you make them. I call them little Kaiser them up a little bit.
you country.
You own them in a different way that I've heard other artists own covers, and that's the one thing I really love about. Because you don't have many originals out now. You're still a little young, you're getting your feet wet, but when you do put those covers out there, you're making sure they don't sound like the originals. You're making them sound like your sound, your style. Right. What challenges do you have to try to do that now when you try to do those covers, or does this come really easy to you because that's your style?
Honestly, you know, the way I think about doing covers, I won't pick just a song that is going to go viral. Like, I'm not going to pick a song that's popular. Or I'm going to pick a song that has connected with me in a way that will allow me to put my artistry in it. And so I'm very strategic about not just doing some kind of catchy, I don't know, what's that song, that Applebee's song? Like you're not going to see me do that. And you're not going to see me do Dick Down in Dallas. You're not going to see me do X, Y, and Z because I haven't lived. Like, I'm going to pick a song as a songwriter mind. I'm going to pick a song that I've connected that like a melody with a memory. And like, what are you listening to? Like, I remember, you know, like I can be on a plane and you know, be worried about like, you know, somebody from a past or something, you know what I mean? Things like that. Almost home. There's a lot of homelessness in Nashville, and I can't tell you how many times I've walked up to, you know, a guy or a girl sitting on the street, prayed with them, gave them some food, gave them some water, and half the time they get pissed off at you for giving them food and water, but you know, you're just trying your best to do it, and it's just funny because you have conversations like that with people of like, hey man, I was dreaming of a better place, and you know. You interrupted that, but thank you for coming and talking to me. You know, that kind of thing. So, I'm just thinking
when it comes to like movies and video games and music, the same way. Like I know you have your superheroes movies and your Batmans, but it's like, okay, whatever. But I want something I could feel, something I could live, or something like I could put myself into, and that's what I feed off of, and that's why what interests me and stuff. You can keep your sci-fi shit. I mean,
exactly. And you know, with that, like what you just said, it's like you want to be able to do like make what you're doing tangible to other people. You know, like you want the listener to connect with what you're doing in a different way. And I think that I just had to, when I started doing the TikTok thing, I mean, like I just kind of did covers that I liked. And then I started really thinking about, you know what, like if I can get this person, whoever's listening to me, to connect somehow, maybe they'll give my music a chance. And so far that's happened. And the Stapleton thing, I mean, that's a big honor for me. I don't listen. To be honest with you, I don't listen to Chris much. I don't really listen to any current country, actually. I try to kind of stay out of that because I don't want to ever cross a thread.
Yeah.
I would much rather kind of, just listen to the guys I grew up on, the girls I grew up on, and Dolly and all them, and just like, and just be able to be me without being like, obviously when you listen to Chris and then in my head, if I'm going to listen to Chris, then I'm going to sing like Chris, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah. Oh, I hear that.
You sing, it's like what they call it. It's like you are what you eat, but you are what you listen to too.
Mm-hmm.
I just think that, I'm obviously, very, very honored that people say that. And I couldn't be more proud. I mean, that's like a great thing, but I really have to focus on being my own. And I think I do a good job about doing that with separating the
damn good job.
I don't mean to like,
no, you do it.
Blow my own horn over here, but I really feel like the songs we've got coming out, man.
Oh yeah, dude.
They are totally opposite of the Stapleton thing, and I love Chris. I actually cut one of his songs.
Yeah, man.
And I think he's a great guy, and like I said, I'm honored to be compared to him for sure.
That's cool, man. I saw that, but I saw that how you stood out so much on your own, and I love that about you. Just how you're definitely you pull those covers out, but you make them yours. So, man, it's just so great. If you guys haven't heard or seen his TikToks, go check them out. You'll see what I'm talking about. You say you don't really listen to mainstream. Where are you listening to right now? Like, what's kind of like on your playlist right now that?
Dude, my thing right now is I'm in this like Billy Squier mode.
All right.
Little Joe Walsh.
Nice.
I'm obviously always spinning the Eagles.
Right.
And honestly, dude, that I don't practice Santeria. I've just been killing that in my head. And I think it's because like Drake and I are out, and Drake loves that kind of stuff. And Drake's like honestly like a big brother to me. And he's just like he's an awesome, super down to earth guy. And we talk every day on the bus and even just text and stuff with each other. And we're actually starting a diet. Like I need to get back on my diet train, but he started this thing, and I was like, I'll do it with you. And it's like juice for a week and then eggs for all the other ones. But yeah, Drake has definitely influenced me into listening to like Santeria and like all those kind of like old funky, like groovy things. Gosh, I can't remember that one song that he was playing. Fire. Oh. I love it, man. I've been boogieing down to it.
70s stuff right there.
Yeah, dude. If I was less slim thick, I would definitely wear bell bottoms at some point and do some of that.
Hell yeah. How's the tour been going? How long have you been out with them so far?
Yeah. So this past week and then the last week before that, and we've got 3 more weeks together.
Nice.
Or 2 more weeks. This week, next week, and the next week. So 3 weeks.
You come up to my neck woods this week. We'll be out Saturday night.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you played Joe's before?
No, I haven't. This is my first tour.
Yeah.
And being able to be there with those guys and just digest, like,
dude, that's a hell of a first tour.
Dude, all the hard work that he has done, and just the amount of tenacity that he has, it blows my mind. And I could not have been more blessed and just more honored to be there with him and watch him rebound and like watch him like just bring a crowd just completely alive. It's insane to me. And I couldn't be more proud to be there and doing it. I'm loving every single minute of it. I honestly, like, I wish it would kind of slow down a little bit just so I could savor the moments a little bit more. You know, we all talk about like what do we want more of, and Devin, his guitar player, has become a really good friend of mine too, and he said, well, man, he said, if I could wish for something, it would be more time. Mm-hmm. And man, no shit, I wish for more time for everything now. And it's funny, like you think like when you're a kid, you're like, I can't wait to be 21, I can't wait to be 18. And then you get older like me. I mean, I'm 26, and I feel like I should be 60. I definitely identify as an old soul. And you look back and you're like, man, I wish I didn't wish away those moments and those memories.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just, it blows your mind once the flip switches.
Oh yeah.
The switch flips.
Well, at first it's always, I can't wait till I'm 16 so I could drive, and I can't wait till I'm 18 so I could be my own adult. I could buy cigarettes if I wanted to. That's my thing. And then 21, you could drink, and you always, I can't wait. Well, even I don't know, you probably know Corey Smith. I'm a huge Corey Smith.
Yeah.
He has that song 21. It's the same way now, and he goes back and looking back on things and everything. It's just crazy though. And dude, you're speaking like that now, like an old soul. Wait till that kid gets a couple more years older, man. Like I said, I got a 4 and 7-year-old now. I'm wishing for way more time on things.
Yeah.
I mean, things go by so quick, and life goes by quick. Just enjoy everything you can, dude. And honestly, I always tell everybody, I tell every dad, since you're somewhat of a new dad, this is my advice I give out to people: don't listen to nobody. That's what I tell everybody.
Yeah.
Everybody's going to try to give you advice of how to raise, how to do this, how to do that. Your parents, your in-laws, everybody's going to tell you how to do things. Don't listen to nobody. Do what you do. Do you, because you're going to be the best freaking dad you're going to be. So, honestly, because people are going to try to tell you, oh, do it this way, do it that way. No, screw them. Do it your way, and you're going to be a good dad. So I tell everybody, dude, because honestly, you know how you want to raise your kids.
Yeah.
So I think that we both feel that way, right? You feel that way too? Yeah. It's just like, hey, we can listen all day, but we're gonna do what we want to do at the end of the day.
Yes, sir.
So, one song that I want to bring up, "We'll Never Drink It Again." I'm totally a huge fan of that song, mainly because you throw Billy Ray and Old Town Road in there. I'm a huge Billy Ray. I grew up a big Billy Ray fan, but you used to do Never Drinking Again challenge. Talk about that a little bit. I was hearing a little bit about that, but tell me how you did. It was about a year or so ago you were doing that.
Yeah, I was trying to get that one. I was trying to get that was another TikTok fail. Like, hey, way to go! You know, no, I tried to. That was just something that I just wanted to do. That was fun. Honestly, like I've got a lot of friends that are in college still and stuff like that, and they love that song. And I was like, guys, we got to do like a Never Drinking Again challenge where like, we say we're never going to drink again, and then we show the aftermath about what happened.
Yeah.
And so I kind of started off with, I think it was a video of me like slamming down this 48-ounce Busch Light or something like that. I can't remember what it was. And I'm a pretty good beer chugger. And I have to say, I hold the title.
As I say, if you hang out with Nikki T and them, you have to be almost.
Hey, I came up with the Tennessee Tornado. I mean,
there you go.
There's that, and then I'm like a 2-second chugger, so it's fun to get everybody kind of cranked up and then pull out the drinking tricks. But I started doing that, and it definitely didn't go anywhere that I thought it would. But it was fun while it lasted. That's for sure.
Hey, it's worth the try, man. It's worth the old college try. See what happens. See where it goes. I mean, why not? If you can't be out on the road, do the next best thing you can do. But so you released big on Little Things on September 10th. What's the future look like, man? You got an EP you're working on? Are you working on some music?
Yeah. So we actually have a song coming out this month. And it's I guess I can say it now. It's called When the Whiskey Wins. And I think we shortened it down to Whiskey Wins. And there's a title that my buddy Greg McCullum had. The guy who plays guitar for me is a really good friend of mine. His name is Trent Fisher, and Trent is his son-in-law. And we were just talking one day, and they were like, tell us your story and all this kind of stuff. And so we just started talking and about kind of my life and how I grew up, and it was an unfortunate situation and all that kind of stuff. And Greg said, well, hey man, I got this title. It's called When the Whiskey Wins. And so we didn't really think about it. We just kind of went on with our day, and Trent and I ended up writing a song. And then Trent said one day, he was like, hey man, come over, let's write that song. And so I came over to his house, and it was one of those songs that like you get done writing, and like I sang it. I sang the work tape, and I look up, and Trent's like just got his hands in, his face in his hands. He's crying, and I started crying because I don't cry. Not really a big crier. And then I just like we thought, this one's gonna hit. We hope this one hits people the way we want it to come off. And so far, that one, and I've got a new one that's gonna be coming. I think in December. It's called Better Place to Fish, and I wrote it for my grandpa and stuff like that. So that one's going to be coming out soon too. And then we got an EP coming out called When Country Was.
Oh yeah.
And Big Old Little Things. Do what?
Country with the K, right?
That's it, with a K.
Oh yeah. It has to.
And yeah, and it's gonna be Big Old Little Things, Whiskey Wins, a song called Me on You.
Yeah.
I think we're adding in The Leaving with that one, and that one's the Stapleton cut that Liz and Morgan and Chris wrote, and then the title track song When Country Was.
Hell yeah.
Is coming, so it's gonna be great.
Cannot wait. Let's hope these songs are in the set on Saturday too.
Oh, they will be. I promise. I promise you they will be.
Hell yeah. I'm going to go up front rocking out. We're waiting for them, man.
Come on, dude. Come on.
I'm ready, man. I'm looking forward to this, man. Especially Joe's Bar in Chicago. You're going to have a good one, dude.
It's going to be amazing.
Dude. So, all right. But before we move on and wrap things up, let's see. I think that's actually probably where we're probably about at. Let's kind of move on to our next little segment, our Powered by Pod Deck section of the night. Let me put this away. So I pulled 2 cards earlier for our sponsored section. And the first one I have is, for you, what are some of the biggest challenges of being on tour? So I said we were going to talk about this a little bit later.
Yeah.
Obviously, having a 1.5, almost 2-year-old at home, it has to be hard leaving her at home. But for you, what else is the challenges? What's challenging now that you're on your first tour?
I think it's just learning the crowds, I guess is the right way to put that.
Mm-hmm.
Learning what songs work and what songs don't. Basically, I think I've written 300 and something songs, and I've played out as much of them as I could, and you learn what doesn't. You learn yourself more, I think, and that's been a hard thing for me because I'm really hard at critiquing myself.
Yeah.
And so I think just being out there, I'm very, very hard on myself about things, but I mean, really challenging wise, I think a lot of it is just being away from the baby and not getting to kind of see her grow every day and stuff like that. And then my grandpa, he's in kind of a weird spot right now, and I worry about going back home and seeing them and stuff like that, and just kind of getting as much time in as I can when I can and stuff like that. But those are really the main things. It's just learning. It's more, I feel like touring is more learning who you are as an artist. And that's always been a hard thing for me to digest because I'm so hard on myself. So I think those are the main things.
Nice. Have you had to change your set at all? Like your set list at all? Like kind of seeing what songs work where? Have you been?
Yeah, I just kind of now I've gotten kind of to the point where I think I know what's going to happen.
Nice.
And I try it, and 9 times out of 10 it works and things like that. And it's just because these songs nobody's ever heard them, and I'm brand new to everything, and I think so for me in my head it's like, oh, I'm not good enough, and I need to be better at this, I need to do this, and it just takes a mental toll on you. When you think something's great and it may not be great for a certain crowd, but it's great for another crowd, and you're like, wait, what's going on? It's just kind of like, you're trying to gauge it out and figure it out. And, I don't think anybody will ever have it figured out except for like George Strait, or somebody like that. But it's just, I think for me, that's been the toughest part for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Yeah, I could see it, just seeing it and knowing or feeling it. I'm like, yeah, it has to be being away from home, man. Mm-hmm. So I love going to concerts. I'll go out of town for a couple of days and go to a couple of concerts, but it's like, yeah, I'm rush home. I used to drink real heavy, so I had to get hotel rooms, and I quit drinking. I haven't drank in 2 years. So
that's awesome.
Now the minute the shows are over on Saturdays, I haul ass home. So I'm there. Try to beat the morning paper home before Sunday.
Yes.
If I can keep the Sunday paper home, I'm doing pretty well. So
100%.
But all right, man. If this is gonna be kind of a fun one here, since you are on your first tour and everything else. if you could put something wacky on your rider, like a no green M&Ms or something like that, and it would always be fulfilled, what would it be? Because you always hear about those crazy things that people always want one color M&M or this and that.
Yeah.
You could throw one crazy thing on a rider, and you would get it at every venue you played. What would it be?
Do you remember the game called Never it's called You Playing the Game of Life? It's like a drinking thing. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I think
Basically, if you open a beer, right, you have to have like your beer turned a certain way.
Yeah.
Well, number one, I don't drink anything but Miller Lite. I love Miller Lite with 2 limes. But I do this thing with bottles where it's like I basically like strip it down with my thumb so I know it's mine.
Okay.
I think I would probably have them just do that for me. And if I had to choose another one, it would be I'm a sunglasses. You know, I wear sunglasses a lot, and it's just kind of like a thing for me, and not a insulting. It's just one of those things. It's a comfort thing. I think it would be, hey, maybe put out a pair of sunglasses for me, so I don't have to keep losing them or people take them away from me. There was a person I won't say where we were playing, ripped them off my shirt and ran away.
Dude.
And I was like, oh, great. That was a pair of $400 glasses. Thank you. They're prescription, so she's not going to be able to, he or she's not going to be able to see.
Oh, man, that sucks. I remember back in the day, I'm a huge Eric Church fan. That's all behind us is all my Eric Church stuff. But back in the day, I think it was like 2007, Church played like his tailgate. It was pickup truck, and it was like an event.
Yes. I know exactly what you're talking. It's on YouTube.
Yeah. Well, all those are my videos. Most of those are my videos on YouTube.
Oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
See?
The world needs
Full
to drink.
circle.
Yeah, a couple of those are all my videos on YouTube. So I've been there since day one and watching him, man. He's just been crazy. But he ended up taking his Ray-Bans off. This is before he was ever known for his Ray-Bans. He put them on his tailgate, and I remember grabbing them and running and chasing him down in this car that was taking him away. I'm like, dude, you left your glasses. And he's just like, well, you could have just kept them. And he just grabbed them and kept on going. I'm like, shit, man, why should I just grabbed them and kept them?
You should have kept them, dude. He would have just thought that he put them down.
That was probably 07. He probably didn't have the Ray-Ban sponsorship he has now, though.
No, yeah.
So, but yeah, man, that's awesome. Totally cool things. All right, so our next little thing we're gonna do before we wrap up and get you to play a couple songs. I kind of started doing this last week, and it's something a little new. We're gonna play about 8 seconds of a song, and the first memory you have with this song, or if you don't have a memory, just say pass. But if anything comes to your mind, we'll spit it out. Anything that's personal, maybe you lived during high school days. I don't know. Go ahead and play the first one.
Let's do it.
All right, Church Springsteen.
Yeah, dude, riding in the Jeep with my friends back in high school.
Hell yeah, man! I figured
drinking beer down back roads.
I looked at my wife. I said, I think this was a high school song for him because we were trying to figure out. I was like, it was like 2012.
We were doing the math, and we're like, oh my god, we're old. He's like, oh, he'd be in high school, and I'm like, oh.
Yep.
I think this next one was a high school.
Yeah,
song
that made
too.
us feel really old.
Go ahead and play this.
Oh no.
All right, here's the next one.
Oh,
CeeLo Green. Fuck you.
Chattanooga. This dude, CeeLo, where it's at Riverbend, he gets on stage. He is trash out of his mind. Grabs a bottle of Cabo Wabo, smashes it, tells Chattanooga to F himself, and then walks off stage.
That is a good memory.
I told you.
I was like, he's too young. He won't even know that.
That's a juicy one right there, man. That's good.
Oh yeah, dude. I love that. That's why we do this. All right, I got to load the next one.
I was gonna say,
I was too busy. Like I was
listening to the story.
Yeah, I was watching the story, and I was like, oh shit, I got to load these next ones. All right, give me a couple seconds. All right, this next one, you'll love that one. All right,
you're behind on your game.
I am. I was listening to those stories. I was excited for them. I got to take.
That was a good one.
That's what I was thinking. I'm like, all right, 2012. I got both of those. Was 2012 Springsteen and CeeLo.
Yeah, that was my beginning of senior year for me.
Yeah,
I had been out of high school for 10 years.
I graduated in 13. Yeah.
I graduated in 2000. Damn. All right, go ahead.
I was in kindergarten.
Oh shit! Look at
that makes me feel even better. Thanks.
Yeah, right. Do the yellow one.
No. All right, here's the next one.
This one you're gonna love.
Just an old sweet song.
Georgia on my mind. This is going to take you back. I feel.
Watching my grandparents. I think dance around in the kitchen and saw that song right there. That was a good one.
Love that.
That's a cool memory. Yeah, especially when you hear that song, you think of your grandparents dancing in the kitchen. Because I want to put that with a meme the other day I saw. It talked about relationships now, how like there's divorce rates a lot higher and everything else, and not like our grandparents. Because our grandparents never gave up; they kind of like fought for everything. And now it's like the younger generation, I feel like, is just really quick to give up on things. And that reminds me, like, or you saying that is because maybe the younger generation doesn't dance around the kitchen like their grandparents used to do one day. Maybe those are the things that are missing these days. So I love that, man. That's really cool.
Yes,
all
sir.
right. Let's turn it up a little bit on this last one. This is gonna be an interesting one.
This was my favorite song to pick up. Just saying.
Some Billy Ray, Achy Breaky, man. When you hear that song, what do you think of, dude?
Dude, all right, I'm gonna embarrass myself, okay? I used to when I was trying to figure out I used to love to dance. And I'm not really good at it at all, to be honest with you. I would stand in the mirror and practice doing that stuff, like the White Yoakum, but to that song.
Yeah.
Hell yeah, you're doing a little. And you won't do the fancy that Applebee's stance. Look at that. We'll do the Achy Breaky now.
I like that Texas two-stepping kind of stuff, line dancing, you know.
I love that, man. Yeah, I was going through songs. I'm like, I got to throw some Billy Ray in there just because you name dropped him in Never Drinking Again. So
you got to.
All right. So this is our hot seat. The first thing that comes to your mind, 60 seconds. Go ahead. All right. Your first vinyl record you ever bought?
Eagles.
Oh, one song you wish you wrote.
Gosh. Oh gosh, this is a good one. This is a really good one. Almost Home, Craig Morgan.
Hell yeah. Who has the best pizza you ever had?
Who?
Yeah, where's the best pizza you ever ate?
Hands down, back home at the Gondolier.
Okay, I got somebody that might need to change that Saturday. So
I got you.
Chicago.
I like it. No flop. No flop.
All right. The strangest thing you've ever seen in the middle of the road?
An armadillo.
Oh, nice. What was the first car you ever owned?
It was my grandma's 1994 Toyota Corolla.
Ooh, dude, mine was a Toyota Tercel, 1990 Toyota Tercel. Almost. That's awesome. What was your hometown famous for, other than the Kenny Chesney song?
City with Spirit.
Hell yeah, man. I love that.
I think they've got a church on every corner.
I love that, man. 8-hour drive between shows. So if you're going, say Chicago to Minnesota or whatever, say it's an 8-hour drive this weekend. You got one stop at a gas station. You're going to get 3 snacks at that gas station. What 3 snacks are you grabbing?
Slim Jim, Bang, and probably pork rinds.
Hell yeah. What slogan or jingle gets stuck in your head every time you hear it?
Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. I'm loving it.
All right, man. You're on your first tour. You finally got on your first tour. You're on Liz Rose Publishing, dude, which is phenomenal. I mean, that name alone being attached to you and behind you, you've got to do some really cool things. You're a dad. What's still on your bucket list? What's going to make you feel like you accomplished? Like, what do you still want to do in the music industry, or what's your pinnacle? What do you want to reach?
Man, that's a good question. There's a lot of things on my bucket list that I want to do. Play the Red Rocks, and sell out arenas and stuff like that, but only for the purpose of just being able to make that person who has maybe had a shitty week or something like that, make them have a good time for an hour and a half, 2 hours. And not only that, I think that I've recently kind of just really done a lot of personal reflection and stuff like that. Being on tour, I'm actually kind of quarantining myself, if you will, just to try to focus on like the more important things in life. And I just recently have gotten back into the word and stuff like that, and just kind of my roots. And I genuinely like, I think when I can say I've made it is when I know that I've done my best for the kingdom, for sure.
Oh yeah, man.
And just being able to reach people and use what, you know, I never listen to Christian music. I'm not a big fan of it. It's, for me, it just doesn't do it because it's, you know, it is what it is. But I think if I can use my platform to reach people in a different way, real people who have real feelings, who are not, you know, who are not the go to church and then slap you in the face for having a beer kind of people. I think if I can reach them and help heal and help love and just help whoever have a good time, I think that's when I know that I've done my part and what I need to do and what I was made here to do, for sure.
I love that, man. I mean, that's why I'm a fan of music, dude, is honestly people like you and what you just said, because that's what I do. I go to concerts to express myself or have these emotions. Like when during the 2020, it's like, dude, I was ready to go. Like I finally got, I think from March to October, I think it was like 7 months. I didn't get to go to a show, and I was ready just to get to one, because that's how I let loose, man. I mean, I laugh, I've cried, I've done every emotion you've had at a show almost. So, and like I needed that, and I like that, because I like that statement, because that's why I feel an artist is genuine when they really want to reach the fan and they want them to unwind off their music and everything else. Because these songs that you're putting out there are gonna be long after we're gone. I mean, that's what you're leaving on the world. So 100 years from now, somebody might be hearing the F word and be like, damn it, she put me in the damn friend zone again.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
So I love that though, man. I love that. And you're gonna get there, or you're already doing it. So I mean, with every song you put out, I mean, you've connected with people. So I love it. Connecting melodies with memories, dude. Happens all the time, dude. I love it.
That's it.
All right, man. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and give you the stage for a couple songs. So we got Big on Little Things that just got released, and then the good old F word, man. I love that song.
I got you. What do you want to hear first? I'll play whatever.
Let's do big on Little Things, then we can close on F word and yeah.
Cool.
We
right on. Let's do the thing.
All right, dude. I'm gonna give you the stage, and yeah, here you go, man.
Heck yeah, brother. She don't care about diamonds, roses, silver, or gold. She go wild for a wildflower off the side of the road. She don't care about fancy dinner, champagne on ice. She go crazy in the back when I bring that box wine. She loves a post-it note on the free. She loves a good morning forehead kiss. My baby's big on the little thing. Yes, she is. A little sunset on the front porch swing, leaning in, little dancing around the kitchen, little hugging, little kissing, little loving while the tin roof sang. My baby's big on the little things. Yeah, she's big on the little things. She don't care about the beat up dusty truck that I drive, long as she's riding shotgun feet up right by my side. She don't care about the thread count in them sheets, long as she's tangled up in me when she sleeps. My baby's big on the little things. Yes, she is. A little sunset on the front porch swing, leaning in, little dancing around the kitchen, little hugging, little kissing, little loving while the tin roof sang. My baby's big on the little things. Yeah, she's big on the little things. Yeah, she loves a post-it note on the free. She loves a good morning forehead kiss. My baby's big on the little
My baby's big on the little things. Yeah, she's big on the little things. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. I've watched The Bachelor more than I'd like to admit. I've tried Kale Sally. She suggested it. I did hot yoga. She was trying to get fit, and that joker broke her heart. Guess who was there for it? That singles night down at Losers, knocking back them double shooters. If the night is talking real, I finally told her how I feel, and she said the F word. She just wanna be friends. She loved me like a brother. Don't wanna ruin it. I guess I'm just a shoulder. There is her pain. She don't know if she could ever see me any other way. It might be the worst thing I ever did. She said the F word. Them 7 letters. No man wants to hear, and it's hella awkward. I want to get the F word out of here. So I'll be happy in a hillbilly. Step right out the door. Well, I can't go back to how we were before. She said the F word. She just wanna be friends. She loved me like a brother and don't want to ruin it. I guess I'm just a shoulder. There lays her pain. She don't know if she could ever see me any other way. It might be the worst thing I ever heard. She said the F word. Whoa. Here I am down at Losers, knocking back them double shooters. Guess tonight I'll drink without her. It's mostly cause I'm drinking about her. She said the F word. She just wanna be friends. She loved me like a brother and don't wanna ruin it. I guess I'm just a shoulder. There lays her pain. She don't know if she could ever see me any other way. It might be the worst thing I ever heard. She said the F word. Thank y'all.
Dude, I love that one,
That
man.
was so good. So good.
God.
Thank you.
So I got asked about the F word. Where did that song come from? Like, was that a personal experience for you or a co-writer? Or?
So, very, very personal experience. But Kevin Kaiser and Ben Burgess wrote that.
Okay.
And Kevin and I were talking about something, and I said, dude, I got put in the friend zone so freaking much in school. I'm tired of that. Like, I hated it. Like, we were talking about something, and I guess that got brought up. And I was like, I always hated, like, being everybody's best friend and stuff like that. Like I just wanted to date somebody like normal people do in high school. And I'm actually glad I didn't. It saved a lot of probably mental issues that I would have in my love life, bringing multiple baggages into that baggage claim area. But so I'm probably lucky, probably lucky. But yeah, we were talking about it one day. He said, dude, I got the song for you, bud. And he played it. I was like, yeah, let's go record it. We literally did the vocal that day. And then they cut it with the band, put it on it, and then we put it out.
I love this.
That's
dude.
awesome.
Well, man,
Good song.
Thank you so much for spending the last hour or so with me.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank y'all for having me.
A blast. We can't wait for Saturday. Joe's Bar, Chicago, man. It's gonna, dude.
Let's go.
Chicago's gonna bring it for you. I have a good feeling they're gonna need some Kaiser in their life on Saturday.
I'm down for it. I gotta try some of that deep dish.
Oh, dude, we gotta get you some. I'll tell you, we'll get you some Luminati's on Saturday. I'll have to bring some.
That's what I'm talking about. Let's do it.
I'll have to bring you some. So, all right, man. You have a great week. We'll see you this weekend. And keep kicking ass out there, dude. I wish you nothing but the best. You're gonna have an amazing year next year, I feel, with everything coming. So I just cannot wait to see what's in sight and what's in the future for you, dude.
Yes. Well, thank y'all so much for having me. I really appreciate y'all. Cannot wait to hug your necks when I see y'all.
Yes. We're excited.
Dude. Well, we'll see you Saturday, buddy. Have a good night.
All right. Y'all be good.
Thanks, man.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Dude, that was a fun one.
Oh, his voice. He's so good.
I tell you, you can't compare him. You cannot compare him. Not
No.
anybody. Like
I told you when I was doing a sound check, I couldn't stop listening.
I know.
I was like, just keep playing.
I was doing one of these on the table.
Just
I'm like
keep playing.
trying to pound the table real quick. I'm like, hey.
Oh, he did so good.
It's gonna be a good week. It's gonna be a good week. We have another show this week. We have
It's a busy week.
Josh Kiser and Drake White Saturday at Joe's. I cannot wait. Got good news today that we landed a Flatland Calvary for Taylor. She's gonna get to talk with them in November, and then we'll get to talk with them in December. Amazing things happening and coming to the show. We just cannot wait to share everything with you guys. So it's been fun up to now, and it's just gonna keep getting bigger and better. I think you know how go big or go home, right?
That's the Shriver way.
How we always do it, right?
It's the Shriver way.
Well, if you guys are looking for ways to find Josh Kiser, it's all in our show notes. Check him out on Facebook, Instagram, his website, anywhere you could find music. You will find songs of Josh Kiser's out there. But thank you guys for joining us on episode 103 with Josh Kiser. He's going to be on to amazing things. I cannot wait to see where he goes from here. I wish him nothing but the best. Just got a guy's voice. This is man, he got some good shit. Between his songwriting, his voice, everything
I really
about
enjoyed
it. Jeez, I'm just blown away by him.
And he's so sweet. He's so nice.
So
and he's a baby.
Yeah,
he's got a long life. He's got a lot
There's
of
a huge
time.
career ahead of him. So a huge career
for
ahead of
sure.
him. But if you guys want to catch up on everything you missed, past up episodes, everything, it's all over at gainingfastonmemphis.com. We have a new blog being posted tomorrow of the Wilder Blue with Taylor. She was out there this weekend in Huntsville checking them out. Make sure you're following our Instagram page at Fast on Memphis or Fast on Memphis _podcast for all your updates. And we'll see you guys next week, or not next week. We'll see you guys Thursday night because we got a really special episode coming Thursday night. I cannot wait to introduce you guys to this next one. So we'll see you guys then.
The Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver is brought to you by Arlo Revolution. As we close the book on another chapter, remember, music gives a soul to the universe, wings to the mind, flight to the imagination, and life to everything. Next week, Aaron connects more melodies and memories with other fans and the artists they love. Thanks for being a part of this musical journey, and we'll see you next time on the Gainin' Fast on Memphis podcast with Aaron Shriver.